help me find him.
Yes. I'll help you find him. And I'll help you kill him.
Slowly.
What?
When we kill him, we kill him slowly.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
Okay, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Dun 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 dun. Oh, all my ladies on the floor. And the ladies back.
I feel like you twerking in the background while you're singing it. I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun. That's a cold ass beat, yo.
I guess. What was that? Because like, you lost me on that one.
What was that? Sierra or whatever? What's her name? Sierra?
Yeah. Oh,
Russell
Sierra.
Wilson's
That's what
wife.
threw me off. Okay, yeah. I think like Eli doing something from the 2000s. What? Okay. Anyway, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nursery Bullying host Leroy, aka somehow the Dire Wolves returned with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Yankee Doodle.
There we go. Boom. Back with another episode. And also want to give a shout out to our third co-host, the AI, the Doombot. All hail the Doombot.
Hail the Doombots.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Jake.
Oh, look at who's in the house.
Because it is ladies'
What
night.
up?
Oh, yeah. Eli, did you see the leaked footage of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom?
I saw a picture.
Okay,
there
where
footage
it's just pretty
too?
much the Batman Begins thing with some little shit on it. So
He looked like Ego, the living.
yeah, like y'all can't tell fake shit when y'all see fake shit. But anyway, let's talk about some real shit. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some real shit that really happened. Somehow the Dire Wolves return.
Oh yeah.
Did they clone them or what the fuck happened?
They mixed the DNA with a gray wolf or whatever. It's just basically a modified gray wolf.
Okay, because I didn't know they were a real thing. I'm sorry, I didn't know they were a real thing. I just watched that one episode of Game of Thrones where they wouldn't shut the fuck up about them.
Yeah, so I guess they were an extinct
up,
species of wolf, and
yeah, so they brought them back. So these guys never seen Jurassic Park, basically.
No, yeah.
Okay, so they're just gonna build
fact, absolute Batman deals with kind of bringing back old bacteria.
Okay, so I'm gonna say what I gotta say that we're gonna talk about that with absolute Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on past that, Eli, you gotta talk about this because I really want to know what the hell's going on with this. I know you said something about TikTok is doing something with the thing, and I'm not on TikTok because I'm old. Get off my lawn. But you have your finger on the pulse.
Oh, I just noticed that I'm on TikTok a lot because it's funny, and I watch. All I do is I watch fail videos and big booty bitches twerking, and that's all. And then sometimes stuff pops up, and I just saw that Chinese companies are basically offering customers like advertising their companies.
VR Lock, we might talk about that.
So you could just buy shit from them without the shipping costs or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but
okay.
But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, you want to put tariffs on us? Well, we'll just bypass the middleman, and you can go in American consumers can just buy directly from the factories. I guess that's how it works. I don't know.
I mean, that's where it all comes from. So yeah,
yeah. So I just thought that was kind of funny, and I mentioned that to you. And so
yeah, you did. I think that's why I was like, I want you to clarify on because I was like doing shit. I was like, I'll let Eli talk about it when we get there. So basically, what you're telling me is that the main reason they want to ban TikTok because of Chinese propaganda they said we're going to seep in and influence American culture is happening right now. So that's what you're saying.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure I heard what I heard it right.
Or they just want to monetize. They're figuring out a way to monetize it.
I guess. yeah. TikTok, you're never gonna beat those allegations. But yeah. All right, so get on to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah, good.
No, well, let's actually move into the podcast. We're actually here in the podcast right now.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. We're here. Enough dilly-dallying. No, enough malarkey. Let's get into it.
Yes. That's our current event segment.
Right.
Don't come to us for the news.
Right. Please don't, because we don't know shit what we're talking about. All we know is wolves and TikTok. But anyway, so what we're gonna do is talk about The Last of Us season 2.
Ooh, okay. That happened. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, did you watch it? But
no, I've never watched this show.
Oh, what? Not even the last season?
I didn't watch that was all you, man.
You know what? I talked so much I didn't notice you weren't talking. I think that's what happened.
That was all on you. I've never beaten the first game. I did play that game, never beat it, but I did watch like the first episode and notice it was very like scenes from the game or right out of the.
It was just the game.
Yeah. But I never actually watched the rest of the show. So no, I did not.
I don't know why my memory is completely gone about that, Eli. I thought you was watching this shit right with me. I thought the whole time.
Man, that's you were all up in your own little bubble,
I was
man.
too much into it. I wasn't paying attention that you weren't talking. That's what it was. All right, so what do we got here? Okay.
Von 4L, what up?
Yeah, Von 4L, what is going on? Oh, hold on. That's what he was trying to say. Okay, I didn't know what he was trying to say there. Gonna tune in pretty good. Oh, gotta tune in. Oh, yeah. So, all right. So, what we're gonna talk about is The Last of Us. Now, like I said, this is season 2, which I talked about season 1 Into the Ground, and I just want to say that season 1 won all these awards, Emmys and Golden Globes and all stuff like that, and everybody was saying it was this, and throwing awards and stuff like that. And I was loving the show, and I see what the hype was getting. But here's the thing about that show, and and Eli, you can attest to this from what you did see from the show, that it was so close to the video game, which I had actually beaten several times, that the show kind of bored me. Is that wrong to say?
I do recall you mentioning.
Yeah, because I knew what was going to happen. Like they were just mimicking scenes.
Yeah,
and I've even
I did notice that. Yeah, I did notice that. That was just the first episode. Like, oh yeah, I think this is just the cutscene.
Right, and honestly, I'm gonna say something very controversial. I think the cutscenes were better acted than the HBO scenes.
I do believe you saying that as well.
I know that's controversial. I know people are like, what? A video game? Yeah, like I do. If you watch the HBO scene and the cutscene back scene, the cutscenes in the video game, the PlayStation 3 video game, had more emotion.
Was it more emotion or was it your game controller vibrating?
I don't know what we were talking about. We talk about how woke The Last of Us became. Yes, actually, Jake, we are going to talk about that. We're going to get there. Yeah. So like I said, but that's season 1. But here's the thing. This is why I'm kind of more hyped for this season than the last season, because I didn't play The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
I sold my PlayStation by then. I came into some hard times, whatever like that, and just gave it away and just never looked back. I hadn't had a PlayStation since then. So I didn't have an opportunity to play it. It just dropped on PC like 2 weeks ago. So didn't buy it, plan on buying it, but I get there when I get there. But the point is, so now I'm going into uncharted territory. I don't know where we're going with the story. I know a little bit of where we're going with the story, but I don't know the full story. I can't quote like cutscenes to you like I could on part 1. Like, oh, here's when this scene happened. Here's when that scene happened. I don't even know if they're even doing cutscenes. They might be doing their own thing. I don't know. But I do know people have been posting online stuff like that. I'm gonna see if I can find that thing. Yeah, right here, where you can kind of see it, where they are mimicking certain scenes on there, from the video game, from the PlayStation, and things like that. So you get all that information, you get all the emotions, stuff like that. So you got to see where it's going. I kind of little bit know where the story is going, Eli, and if they go where I think they're going, I'm kind of curious to see where they go with the story, because for the people that haven't played the video game, Eli, what have you heard about The Last of Us Part 2? Not Part 1, but Part 2.
All I know is like people like these games. Like they're
okay. So so I'm gonna correct you on that. A lot of people hated the part 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah. Part 1, people loved it, but part 2, they hate it. It is a very specific reason. Can I go into spoilers? I gotta go into spoilers. I know
Go
we
ahead,
said we
man.
don't do
I ain't
spoilers.
gonna play this shit or
Okay.
watch it probably.
Okay, I'm going to spoil it because what I'm wondering if they're going to do what they did in the video game, because what they did in the video game, people hated it. I didn't play the game, but I know plenty of people that it was Twitch streaming and other YouTubers that reviewed the game and hated because what they did. All right, you remember, Pedro Pascal, right? The star of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, he's killed off.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Not only is he killed off, he's beaten to death.
No shit.
Yeah, and it gets worse. The person that did it, that becomes the playable character the rest of the game.
Okay. Was he becoming a plant zombie or whatever the fuck they are?
No, they just beat the shit out of him.
He just like, hey,
because in the first game, because he killed so many people.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Somebody got revenge. That's all.
Okay, I guess, yeah. So kind of like a Negan thing on Walking Dead, where Negan's introduced and he kills Glenn and everyone hates him. Mm-hmm. And then after a while, like Negan turns into kind of a badass that he's just doing what everybody else is doing.
Kind of like that, but not like that because
it's the apocalypse. Who gives a shit? It's all about survival.
Yeah, so she becomes protagonist, but nobody likes her. Like outside of the game, like people playing the game. So you're forcing me to play this person that killed the person that I bought the game for, and now I got to play through this shit the whole time. No, people hated that shit, man. Like if you see like the Video Game Awards, yeah, you see 10 out of 10s and IGN and shit like that. But if you see the actual user reviews on this, it's some of the worst scores of any game ever. And here's that gaslighting shit I kept thinking about. They thinking that we didn't like the game because, oh, it's a woman. You're playing as a woman, playing as a protagonist. It's woke. No, that was not. Some people are pissed off about that. That's their issue. But a lot of people got pissed off because the reason I bought this game to play as this person, I'm not. And the person that killed them, I'm forced to play as them for the rest of the game. Like, that's going to piss people off.
Yeah.
Whether it's a woman or a dude or whatever, So that's their thing. So I'm trying to see how is that going to translate to HBO. We hate it in the video game. And if they do the exact same story in that, because if they do the exact same story in that, of course, Pedro Pascal got killed off because he got like 50 movies he's got to be in. So, of course, he's getting too expensive. So, of course, it makes more sense to kill them all. And then you're going to replace her or replace him with some other random chick we don't know. And that's going to be the rest of the show. Like, how is that going to work? I don't know. I've never seen a movie like that. I did play a few games that were like that, and people hated it every time they did it in video games. Remember Metal Gear Solid 2 when they killed off Snake and you're playing that blonde dude?
I never played that one.
Damn. I played too many video games. But anyway. What do we got? I thought the people voted because of the... Oh, yeah, she is a lesbian also. But I don't think... Some people were upset about that. Yes. Because
there's always going to be people upset about that.
The usual... We're not going to mention those who will not be named.
Yeah.
Yes, they gave a big shit.
That's not the reason why Leroy didn't like it.
Right, not me. Now, even though I never played.
In fact, that's why that's the only reason why he does like the character.
Woo, lesbians, baby. Let's go. All right, what do we got here? Oh, are we talking about how? Oh, he just said that. So that's what we got now. So I don't know where the story's going right now. Now, what do I think about this first episode? Now, did Pedro Pascal die in this episode? No, he didn't. He was there. But here's the thing about this issue. I mean, with this not comic issue, video game episode. What I'm thinking about. I'm thinking it was too calm, which is worrying me, which is scaring me. It was too peaceful, too calm. Everybody was just relaxed, having fun. The most drama that was in it was like this family drama and lesbians. There was lesbian drama in also, but that's it. But I like, okay, when is the shoe gonna drop? When is this shit gonna hit the fan? And how hard is the shit gonna hit the fan? That's what's worrying me. So because the show ends right before the shit fan, like the chick, because this episode starts off like, we're gonna kill Joe and promise me one thing, we're gonna make sure he dies slowly. So that chick like puts on a bandana mask at the end of the episode, and the episode cuts off. Like, uh-oh. So now we're wondering in the next episode, is this where it happens? Is this when it goes down? When is the episode when it happens? So if anything, that's giving me nerves, because you don't know. So that's all I got.
Will it happen next week? Is it next week Easter?
Right. So like we don't know because I didn't play the game, so I don't know exactly in the story when it happens, but it's got to happen. It's got to. Now, if it doesn't happen, I'd be shocked. But yeah. But anyway, that's all I got. The Last of Us. I'm enjoying it. Y'all check it out. And matter of fact, I'm going to buy the game, download the game, and check it out and see where we go from there. So all right, I'm done, Eli. Now that was on you.
Oh, what am I saying now?
Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
All right. So Eli watched the movie.
Yeah, I did.
Yep, I'm gonna throw that on there. So the movie he saw was Novacaine, starring Jack Quaid. The dude from The Boys and the voice of My Adventures Superman. I think he does with Star Trek shit, and the guy's everywhere. And he was in one of the Scream movies. I can't remember. Yeah, he's in all this shit. So,
yeah, he's like the mild mannered dude in everything. He's in everything. Is he becoming like Jack Quaid as Jack Quaid?
You know what? If that's his brand, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he's the mild mannered regular guy. Who gets into some shit, and regular guy weighs us out of everything.
Right.
Basically, he does that in this one too.
Yeah. He does this in this, so yeah.
Yeah, so this is Novacaine.
Before you get started, Eli, I gotta say I like this guy. I want this guy to see. I'm rooting for this guy. So.
I don't dislike him.
I think he does have that factor, that it factor.
Yeah,
that
sure.
Thing. I think he's got it. So, but yeah.
He does what he does well.
Right.
Playing the everyman. Kind of the nerdy every guy, get a little bit awkward, and that's what he is in this. So Novacaine, his name is Nathan Kane.
Okay.
And he has this rare disability or rare sort of immune disorder, where he cannot feel pain.
Oh, so it's kick-ass.
Basically, yes, it's kick-ass.
Okay.
But he was born with it. So, and he's sort of lived a sheltered life. He has everything padded, everything, there's like bumpers and safety things on everything because he doesn't know when to gauge pain. He doesn't eat solid foods because he's afraid he might bite off his tongue and he won't feel it. So he's kind of lived this sheltered life, like his life in a bubble. And he's kind of socially awkward, doesn't get out much. He's got a gamer, but he plays video games all day, with this buddy that he's never met in real life. And he works at a bank.
So he's mean.
Yeah, and he works at a bank.
So basically you're saying this should be my favorite movie of all time. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then Amber Midthunder,
our girl
from Prey, indigenous actress from Prey. She's in this. She plays his love interest, his coworker, and they go on a date, and then the bank gets robbed.
Okay. And
she gets taken hostage. And so he ends up going after her to save her. And that's what the movie is him trying to save his girlfriend, while getting into all this shit, fighting off these bad guys and getting fucked up, but he can't feel any of the pain. So it doesn't affect him, and it's kind of a dumb, stupid fun. He's not some kind of trained assassin or anything like that. No, and that's kind of the appeal. Yeah, this isn't John Wick. He's not an ex-assassin or an ex-military special agents, Navy SEAL guy. It's not like Jason Statham, where he's the garbage guy who used to be in special forces, or he's the flower guy who used to be in special forces, or whatever job Jason Statham has, and all of a sudden he used to kick ass, right. Before he got his, regular guy job, so it's not that
how he knows what he knows or why
he doesn't have a particular set of skills, he's just a regular guy who just can't feel pain. And that's kind of the appeal. He does not know how to fight. So the fight scenes are kind of chaotic. This isn't like kung fu or fight choreography. It's kind of just brutal. And there was it gets violent and gory, and there's a couple of scenes that made me cringe involving fingernails. Yes, involving fingernails. Yes, there's some brutality in this movie. But it's a very slapsticky comedy too, you know, because it's kind of a dumb concept, you know, and it just kind of gets dumber along the way. It's just a ridiculous concept, and it gets ridiculous throughout the movie. And it's a lot of fun. My only gripe is I wish they pushed it further. I wish it got more chaotic and more dumb and more zany and wacky. I feel like towards the end, it sort of like lost its steam.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was like the budget or whatever, but it just kind of like leveled off, you know, kind of, you know, plateaued at some point, and it just like lost its tension, you know, because there's only so many times you can watch this guy get fucked up and not feel it, you know. So I wish they would have pushed it further, made it more wacky, made it more zany, got him into more ridiculous scenarios, you know, because that's what you're there to see. So other than that, I had fun. It looked fun. I saw the trailers. It looked fun. Amber Midthunder, Indigenous actress. It's fun to see her be in like a starring vehicle where she doesn't have to wear buckskin, you know.
Right.
So, you know, she's playing an Indigenous woman in modern times,
the 21st century.
Yeah, in modern day, contemporary times. She's not wearing feathers and shit, you know, and she's just there, you know. Yeah, and she killed it, you know. All the performances, yes, Jack Quaid playing Jack Quaid, the mild-mannered every guy who, you know, in over his head, he does fine, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's a lot of fun. I just wish they pushed it further. You know, I wanted more, more wackiness, more zaniness. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. You know, I did have a good time with it, though. You know, I just wish it just had the ending could have been like, oh, just give me more over the top shit. You know, it's cartoony violence. You know, give me more of it. You know, that's all.
Okay.
You know, in a Deadpool kind of way, you know, that weird, that really wacky action like Deadpool, like the scenes are
human though. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, he gets fucked up. Like he's sticking his hands in deep fryers, and you know, like I said, he gets fucked up, and he can't feel it. So, that's the hook. That's the charm. You know, and just after a while, it's like, okay, it kind of lost steam. That's all, you know. So I just want, it would have been cool to have like a bigger set piece at the end, you know. So that's about it. But yeah, other than that, it was cool. Like it was a cool watch. I had a good time. 3.5 out of 5.
You look like the streamer Gabe Itch.
Gabe, I can't even read that.
I don't know who that is. Okay, shout out to Foxhound. Okay, all right. So yeah, you know what, Eli, I was gonna throw it back to you, but I think I'm gonna take over. I just threw in a Hail Mary. Okay. So, and then I don't know what I did with it. What did I do with it? Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna throw this on here. Let's see if it works. Hey, there we go. Okay. I was scared it was gonna work. Doctor Who. Let's talk about Doctor Who season 2. Okay. So for those who don't know, when the BBC gave Disney, Disney Plus bought Doctor Who from the BBC, they bought 2 seasons. So she had to go to first season. It didn't even rank, but they had still 1 season left. So I'm going to see where it goes. This Gabe, I would say, is mother. Gabe Itch. Oh, okay. Smart. Okay, you got me. You got me. You got me. Yeah. All right. So we're talking about season 2. So Disney Plus got it from the BBC. They got 2 seasons of it because basically the BBC don't have enough money that Disney can throw some money behind this thing and see where it goes. So now we're back with this. Now, to be honest with you, season 1 of Doctor Who, I was kind of, you know, whatever on it. Didn't hate it, but didn't love it. A few episodes, I was like, that's cool. A couple episodes, I was like, no.
Had its moments.
Yeah, it had its moments. But I was like, for overall, it was like, I don't know, I gotta go harder than that. So they just gave it
no
Daleks,
no Cybermen. What the fuck?
Like none of the shit you expect. Like what the hell's going on?
No weeping angels. Like what the hell?
Yeah, like the shit you expect. So yeah, you're talking about Black Mirror. I didn't see it. I'll be honest with you. Ever since that what was that episode, Eli? The Striking Vipers episode. I'm done with Black Mirror. I am Black Mirrored out. I'm not watching any of that shit anymore.
I've never watched an episode of Black.
If you watch that episode of Black Mirror, the one I'm talking about, Eli, you will never watch another episode again.
Everybody has told me how cool it is. Everybody's told me about I've heard about different episodes and how fucked up they are, and it's like a modern day Twilight Zone and shit.
Eli, that shit scarred me, man. No,
I just never got around to it, man. Tell me about some dude fucking a pig. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll
was it a pig
I'll
or
check.
a polar bear?
I thought it was a pig. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe I'll check that out. Maybe I'll watch the pig fucker one of these days. I don't know.
Because
I never did though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and they doing the thing. I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay. Oh, he's doing the thing. Eli, don't click on that. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna keep going. All right. So, I said,
the pig fucker episode. That guy's favorite episode. Yeah.
Right.
Rusty Trombone or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, he would probably be the pig in that episode. But yeah. All right. So, like I said, it came up with season 2, and what I think about season 2 is also all right. I do think if you compare this episode compared to the other episodes of last season, I think it would be one of the better episodes. Now, one of my favorite things about the last season was the companion he had, because honestly, I'm not really too sold on him. I don't really think this doctor has that commanding presence like other doctors supposed to have. I think he feels too companion-ish, where I feel like he should be a sidekick role where he needs to step into the role, and I don't feel like he's doing that, you know. So, but the only thing I really liked about that last season, the best thing I liked about the last season was the companion. And now she's gone. So now you're bringing this season back. Okay, so what do we have now? And I'll be honest with you, Eli, the new companion, I like better than the last one. I didn't think I would, but I do. And it's just one episode, 1 hour. I think she knocked it apart. I don't know where we're going to go from this, but I think they have a better dynamic, how they click off each other. I think they fit better together. So I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. She's like, oh, you the doctor? Well, call me the nurse. And they back off. And I'm like, okay, I like her. It's just one thing that's confusing about it is that she's the same actress that was in the last season. Okay, Eli, the one episode that you did see, remember the minefield episode?
Yeah, was it the minefield?
The minefield.
Yeah, the one with the medical droids or whatever the fuck.
Right.
That one.
Yeah. Okay. So the girl that was in that one, like the main soldier that was with him in that one, now she's the companion of this season, but she's not playing the same person. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it's just a recast. Okay, let's just go with stuff like that. But then the twist is she is playing the same person, but we don't know how she's doing that. So we got to figure out how that's happening. So that's the mystery we got going on right now. So that's the big thing like that. Oh, also, the Earth gets destroyed on May 25th, 2025. So, spoiler. So.
Oh, well, is it a fixed moment in time?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess we're going to find out. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. So I guess we'll find out when it happens. So, yeah.
He ain't going to cause a paradox.
Yeah. So that's what's going on, because he was like, okay, I'm going to take you back to your time. They can't get back to your time because there is no Earth to take it back to. So, yeah. So now they just
was that from season 1 or no? That sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah. They did blow up the Earth in season 1, but they blew it up again.
Okay.
But it's at a different time. So now. Because now that you bring that back, yeah, like they did do that storyline, but this time the storyline is gonna like go through the whole season. So we're gonna find out what blew up the Earth, or what will blow up the Earth. Like I said, we're not there yet. So yeah, so that's all I got. Doctor Who, it's better. I'm intrigued to see what happens in the next episode. So that's better than what they did last season. So off to a better start. I go with that. So yeah. All right, now we can throw it back to you. All right, so
what am I talking about now?
You were talking about this. Let me see if I can throw it on there. Do I have it? Boom. There we go.
Oh yeah. I didn't know I didn't know we were talking about this. I forgot.
I didn't see the trailer. So yeah.
Well, it looks cool, man. Okay. So they dropped the trailer for Predator, the new Predator. Is it a movie? Is it an anthology? I don't know. A Predator TV show?
Live action cartoon? What is it?
It's animation. So Predator, Killer of Killers, and it's supposed to be like an anthology of Predator stories, and so yeah, it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey. So this is his new Predator universe that he's been launching. He's also got Badlands coming out, I think next year, and then now this is coming out in June, so Predator, Killer of Killers. It's like an anthology series where predators are in different times, taking on, different warriors. There's like a Viking story. There's a samurai story that everybody's been wanting to see, even though they've done that in the comics, back in the 90s.
Right. But we can't count that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody fucking reads comic books, bitches. Yeah. But
the last of a dying breed, Eli.
Yeah, and then there's like a World War II story too, it looks like. But it looks cool. It's animated. Looks like a lot of fun. And we haven't seen a animated Predator thing. So I'm stoked. I'm a fan of the Predator series since the get-go, since 87. I saw that shit in the theater, saw all the Predators in the theater, except for Prey. Actually, I did see an outdoor screening of Prey. So I did see all the Predators in the theater. Even the Aliens versus Predator movies, which I thought sucked, I saw those in the theaters too. And I read the comics too. So I'm a Predator fan, and I'm stoked for this. So yeah, I just looks cool, man. Check it out. Comes out in June.
Okay. Eli, I'm not clicking on any of these comments. They are really getting at it.
This guy's like, that dude's rusty trombone. Go jerk off or something. Jesus, yeah. Go jerk off. God damn. There's
right.
porn. There's a lot of shit you can do. If we piss you off, fuck off and go fucking pull at some shit. Bitches, damn.
Right. Thanks for listening. All right, hold on. Let me see. God of War. I think this is a cool one. Thank God Van Damme didn't get the role of Predator. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, we know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jim. Good looking out.
Finally,
thanks for listening.
Comment. Yeah.
Thanks for not being an asshole. Thank you. Yeah. But yes, Van Damme was the first Predator. Mm-hmm. He was in the suit, but then they decided to scrap that design and go with Kevin Peter Hall. Good choice.
He like complaining on some shit in the suit or something like that. So
I guess he didn't want to. He wanted to show his face or something. Yeah, but yes.
He would use splits or something,
Yeah. Yeah. He wanted to kick 3 times. From 3 different angles.
All right. So now it's on me. All right. So this one, like I said, I put some work in this, Eli. If I get this right, then that means we have upped our budget. So what we're gonna do, like I said, there's the writer of like Captain America: Brave New World. We're on there right now. Captain America: Brave New World came out, and it is now on. I don't know if it's still in the theaters, but it is now on digital, on streaming. So if you want to buy it it's already on iTunes already.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
When's it coming out on Disney? It ain't on Disney Plus yet.
Not yet, but give it a second or something. It may come out by the time we're done talking. So yeah, but that's another thing I'm talking about. So it came out there. People are saying that the movie underperformed because it didn't hit 400 million or it didn't do 200 million at the domestic, whatever like that. But here's the thing: since we need clicks, Eli, we're just gonna say it flopped.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, let's get Rusty Trombone back here.
Let's get it back here. So it flopped. Now, the thing is, the writer of the movie, Captain America, I don't know what the guy's name is, the Brave New World. But anyway, the writer of it basically says he doesn't understand why people didn't like the movie. What is his name? No, that's not Aldous Huxley. He actually wrote the original Brave New World back in the 1930s. Not that guy. But the point is, the screenwriter of this movie said he didn't understand why it flopped. He said, if you have any issue with the movie, let him know. And me being a curious person, I went into comments, 300 of them, and started reading as much of them I can. I was like, okay. So since they said that, I'm going to list the top 10 reasons why Captain America: Brave New World flopped. Now, not just because of my reasons, because Eli Rico, we already gave what we thought about this movie. We already said we thought about a movie. If you're curious about it, go back and listen to the old podcast. They're there. You can check them out all you want to. So it's not about that. This is pretty much about
you, because you liked it. You actually liked it.
I like all this shit. You like, come on, we already know that.
Yes.
I'm predisposed to this shit. So,
And I
yeah.
thought it was okay.
Yeah, I like Eternal. So yeah. so what do I know? So the point is, we're gonna go to it. We're gonna start with the top 10. I'm gonna go through them. Eli, you could just say if you agree with me or not, but we're just gonna go to it. Let me see if I can throw it up because I put a lot of time on this graphic. So graphic number 1, number 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait for Disney Plus. You just said it, Eli. You just said it.
I suppose, yeah. People,
yeah, that is a reason. That is a reason why people didn't go to
the movie theater experience has been going downhill as of late.
Right. And because COVID, they trained us to just wait for the shit because like 90 days is gonna be in Disney Plus anyway. So like, so it's no must to get there. So that's number 10. Number 10.
Movies have lost their value. Why go to a theater when you can just wait till it comes on your own TV?
Right. But that doesn't case for a lot of movies. Because like I said, Minecraft already passed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but here's number 9. Here's number 9. Low stakes. Now here's my thing. Now, like I said, a lot of times people complain about the Marvel movies that they're all about these cameo fest, multiverse movies and shit like that. But I've already said it. The top 3 movies of 2020s from Disney are those cameo fest multiverse movies. Like I said, Spider-Man No Way Home, Deadpool and Wolverine, that Doctor Strange movie. They all cameo fest multiverse movies. So that's the shit y'all want to see. So since Captain America Brave New World is just about shit, you know, the fate of the multiverse isn't on fire. You're like, well, I can wait for Disney Plus. I'm cool for that. So
yeah,
you didn't have to see it. You know, it wasn't a must see as far as that. You're like, yeah. All right, what else we got? Word of mouth. That did it. Yes, I liked it, but like I said, you can't take my word for it because I like all this shit. However, the second week when it came out, the people were saying it. Either people were saying that the movie sucked, or even the people that liked the movie were saying it was aight. Nobody was saying it was great.
That was me.
And that was you, right? Nobody was saying it's a must see. Nobody saying you got to go out and see it right now. Nobody was saying that. So people was just like, okay, well, if you don't sound so enthusiastic, even if you did like the movie, I can wait. Not talking about the other people that said the movie sucked, you know. So add all that together, all that affected to it. We're on number 7 right now, right? Number 7, what we got? Too much homework. Eli, you called it out. All this Disney Plus shit. You got to watch Eternals. You got to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. You got to watch all the Hulk movies. You got to do all this shit before you even watch this movie to see what the fuck going on. And a lot of people just like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. You know. So, number 6, what we got?
Yeah.
Movie lacks identity. Now, what you have here is not really a Captain America movie. You have a movie starring Falcon dressing up as Captain America, wearing an Ant-Man helmet with Black Panther powers, fighting Hulk villains. So at the end of the day, if you take Sam Wilson or Captain America even out of this movie, just place them in with just random hero number 5 or make it a Nova movie or some shit like that, the plot doesn't change. It'd be the same thing because you can just stick any random person in because it's not a personal stake story. So all that affects.
Like there could have been like the Isaiah, if they went with the Isaiah Bradley angle, then it could have been a Captain America movie.
Then
but they didn't do that.
Movie. Right.
They shoved Isaiah Bradley in the back of the bus and we didn't see him till the end. You know,
right.
And
so
it wasn't about him.
All that affected the movie. So it didn't make it feel like a Captain America movie where it is. So where we at? Number 5. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Okay. We're almost there, Eli. Don't worry. Okay. Number 5. We're getting good now, Eli. I started off with softballs at first. We're going to get good in a second. All right. So number 5. The Black community didn't support like they hoped. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I told you, Eli, I'm throwing softballs at
Bring
first.
in some perspective. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Let's keep it real, yo.
Keep it real. Because we already know what Marvel was doing. That's the reason they pushed this movie back to February, because they thought the Black community was going to do a grassroots movement like we did for Black Panther. Oh, what am I going to wear for the Falcon movie? No, we didn't do that. We saw it. We were like,
oh, you didn't dress up as Rocket Racer for the Black Panther premiere?
No, I didn't.
I mean the Captain America for premiere.
No, I didn't. I did not care. I did not do that. Okay. Now, Eli, you really want to get juicy? You really ready for number 4?
Oh, yes.
Okay. The white community didn't support like they hoped. Now,
okay. You have to expand on this one.
No. Let's not expand on that one. Because we understand that the Black community and the white community stayed away from this movie for 2 different reasons. So what's understood doesn't need to be explained. We can move on past that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Number 3.
Oh, I thought you had. I thought there was another reason.
No, we know the reason. We're just gonna keep moving. We're just gonna keep moving. I'm just saying it is a valid reason why the movie didn't make money. We can't argue that fact. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. That's all we got. So number 3, what we got? Anthony Mackie is not a box office draw. I've been said this shit. He got 50 million movies on Netflix. We don't watch this shit. All right. So next week we have a movie called Sinners, right? People don't know the name of the movie. They're just calling it that Michael B. Jordan movie. Nobody called Captain America that Anthony Mackie movie, or you've never heard anybody say, I'm going to watch that Anthony Mackie movie. Why? Because he's not a box office draw. Hell, people still see him from 8 Mile. He's not Captain America. He's Clarence. And Clarence lives at home with both parents.
What was that?
Parents have a real good marriage.
I just watched a horror flick, like a monster movie. It was on HBO.
Yeah.
With him in it, where they were up in the mountains and they were fighting like rock monsters.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was it called? Altitude or something?
Exactly. Thank you for my point.
It's that Anthony Mackie movie that I can't remember the name of.
Thank you.
Anyway, it was just I.
Like Captain America. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2. Let's get there. Let's go there.
Jake knows. Jake, what's the Anthony Mackie monster movie in the mountains?
Jake, you better not know that answer. Please tell me you don't know that answer. Anyway, but number two, they spoiled Red Hulk. Here's the thing. They knew they couldn't sell the movie on Anthony Mackie as Captain America. So they had to up the ante and spoil the ending of the movie. So now if you showing everything about Red Hulk in the movie, why go see the movie? Especially when it got put out there that damn near every scene you saw in the trailer is all of his footage.
We had to go see the movie to see that.
That's true. But you already told people that he did. Like, I've already seen it.
You know, the word of mouth, when they come out, man, Red Hulk ain't even in it till the end. Yeah,
exactly.
People would be like, oh, man, really?
When that got out, and people were saying that. When that got out there, people were like, well, there's no reason for me to see the movie then. If I've already seen every scene that he's already in. So,
and of course, or you could also say Red Hulk, too, because people thought Red Hulk was woke and shit. You know, those dumbasses. I guess that could have went through your reason number 3, you know.
Well, because he's president, and okay, yeah, that part was in it also. So yeah. All right. So can we do number 1? Number 1 reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Marvel lost its magic. Now here's the thing. Reason I'm saying that, and that's the reason I'm saying it's number 1 reason. Because 5 years ago, a Marvel movie doing under $500 million was unheard of. Like even Ant-Man did over $500 million. But now we got a Captain America movie struggling to even meet that. Why? Because we've lost the magic. So even if the movie was good, even if the movie got all praise and stuff like that, people wouldn't care because people don't care anymore. We've already moved on. We move on to Minecraft. You know? So even Thunderbolts, they're saying Thunderbolts come out next month, right, Eli? They're saying it's tracking even less than Captain America. And there's nothing even woke about that movie. Just a bunch of white dudes running around with guns. People
and with women, the women though.
Oh yeah, so I guess they
so that,
what was in there. So yeah, you know what's funny? Those right wing grifters that we don't mention, they've already moved past Thunderbolts and already on Fantastic Four.
Oh,
like they just skip past this. They already angry about a movie that's like months to come.
Oh, I was hoping Fantastic Four would have like brought back the magic. I was like,
no, they've already. This the 4th one.
You don't think it's going to bring back the magic?
4 times? No, Eli. I'm going to be the only one to like the movie, and I'm going to be fine with that.
Even with Robert Downey Doom or whatever?
If he shows up for like 5 seconds, I guess.
He'll be in the after credits sequence.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the only thing people are going to talk about. Fuck that movie. Did you see Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Doom, or Iron Dr. Stark? Whatever. Fuck. But you're going to piss me off, but okay. All right, so let's see what Jay got. Daredevil's getting good. Yeah, we will talk about Daredevil next week. I wanna wait to see what that last episode does. Oh, wait, Jake knows the movie, Eli.
Oh shit, what is it?
Yeah, he knows the movie.
Elevation. Yep, that's it.
Wow, Jake. Wow.
So, did I get it? Is that what I said? Elevation?
I don't know.
Or altitude? Did I say altitude?
I don't know.
I don't remember what I said. I have to rewind and see
Once
what I
you
said.
said Anthony Mackie movie, I checked out. So yeah. They promoted Harrison Ford more than Anthony. Yes, because he's a bigger star, and Harrison Ford has been a box office draw before. So that's just smart market. I mean, you got to play the hand you got. I mean, shit. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
I agree with some of them. I do agree. Yeah, Marvel's lost its touch. The magic, the thrill is gone.
So like I say, it doesn't matter what they do,
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of the thing, and that first thing, wait for Disney Plus. A lot of Marvel's movie problems are directly related to Disney Plus in some form or fashion. I'm not gonna get into it, but it's there.
Yeah. Well, we're just getting so much of it. There's just so much. Content,
Yep.
And
just watched the Academy and it was. See, there you go. Thank you for proving my point, RJ. All right, so let me say we move on to the next part of the podcast. I don't even know where are we now. I don't know where we are.
Yeah, we're not talking Daredevil.
Do you want to?
It was a cool episode this week.
Okay, yeah, let's talk Daredevil. Okay, yeah, it was cool. You know what? Okay, I do see what they were saying. Like they said, okay, so basically they had a new team working on this episode and the episode coming out this week. They were the same team that worked on the first episode. So every other episode in between were the old team, the old episodes that Feige didn't like. And it did have a different feel to it. It did have a different flow to it. I stayed engaged the whole time. The cinematography was great. That Daredevil doing the whole Daredevil senses, and you could feel, Bullseye and shit, all the stuff like that. All that shit was awesome.
Swordsman shows up. Like,
why the fuck is Swordsman in this show, man?
I totally forgot about him. Like, oh yeah, Swordsman is a thing in these shows, and
he's only there for us to just point out, like, oh yeah, he's a thing, because he's not doing shit. He's just there.
Yeah.
Oh,
but this was good. I mean, yeah, like Bullseye. Yeah, that was some cool shit.
And the action scenes were garbage. Damn, RJ, tell me how you really feel. Okay.
Oh, what's he talking about? Daredevil?
No, he's talking about Captain America.
Oh, well,
yeah,
it's Disney,
right?
It's a fucking, like I say, it's a factory. They're on they're made on a conveyor belt.
This is Disney. I mean,
yeah, it's the same old shit.
It's all Disney. Yeah. Storage what? Okay. All right. So, but I'm confused on the ending, Eli. Why did Daredevil jump in front of that bullet? I understand he knew everything that was about to happen. But you got one op shoot another op. Why are you jumping away the ops? Just let them take each other out.
I guess. I guess. I don't know.
It would solve
maybe it's some sort of pen. Maybe it's a penance. I don't know. I thought Vanessa was about to get shot, and that would have but no.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's how mad it is.
It's a cool visual. It was cinematic, but when you think about it, it's just like, why did he do that?
Well, maybe he didn't know he was saving Wilson. I don't know.
He knew. I mean, because he can hear Wilson Fisk's big ass, breathing all through the place. I'm saying it because that's how he knows him in the comic.
Maybe it's his way of penance. Daredevil. He's always got to suffer. He's like Batman. He can never be happy. And he's always feeling guilty, and maybe this is just his way of penance or whatever.
Okay,
of sacrifice.
Now me talking it out, I think I know what's going on, because he realized that he's been mad at Kingpin the whole time, thinking Kingpin's gonna do it, and they realized Vanessa was going to do it, and Vanessa didn't, and he knew Kingpin didn't know. Basically, Vanessa is the Kingpin.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So he realized technically Fisk is innocent. Not
technically.
Really. Technically,
not really,
but yeah.
that could be a factor. I also think because he's been feeling guilty because he did technically try to murder Bullseye in episode 1. He's feeling by pushing him off. I mean, he did survive, but he did mean to kill him.
Right.
It's just he survived.
That's why he gave up being Daredevil.
Yeah. So I think that, I think he self-sacrificed. This is a way to make things right. At least for his own guilt trip, that's sure.
it's a leap of logic, Eli, for me. It's a stretch. Like it's a cool visual, but when you think about it, it's like, huh?
And it's like, again, Daredevil's the good guy. This is what separates him from being a total.
Well, he could still be a good guy, minding his own business in that scene.
But it's like, like Batman. I don't have to. I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Yeah,
type of thing.
Batman would like fuck that dude, man. That's what I'm saying. And that's why Batman's better. But anyway. Oh, Marvel or DC. Whoever you like better, man. Honestly, everybody that's in the business work for the same people. They get the same comic writers, they get the same actors, they get the same directors, they get the same so it's like shit, what's the point? What's the difference? James Gunn worked for everybody. So shit.
Yeah. I mean, I've always leaned towards Marvel, but I like DC shit too. I like Batman. I like Swamp Thing.
Yeah, y'all keep saying Muse is supposed to be this badass motherfucker, but the show didn't do it for me.
Sorry. Well, he's like, he's not is he an inhuman or is he a mutant? He's got powers in the comics.
Okay, because if I go just by the Disney Plus show, I'm just like that's the guy.
Yeah,
is this your king?
They kind of softened him up a little for the show.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's all right,
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, please let him be better in the comic. But yeah.
And he is.
Okay.
That run, is it Charles Soule? Who wrote that? Was that Charles Soule? Yeah, that run where that was like a serial killer. It was like Seven. Like it was his whole arc was like a serial killer murder mystery and shit. So it was cool. And yeah, these people they're finding dead bodies with no blood in them, and he's using blood for paint and shit. So yeah, it was all ill and so
I'm sorry, you were right. Vanessa did set those guys up last episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. I thought I just knew for sure it was gonna be, I guess. But honestly, I feel like they were planning it, and then new writers came in and just changed the shit. That's how I kind of feel what happened. But whatever.
Oh, I do like Vanessa like in on some shit.
Yeah. So. I mean, like I said, she's technically the main bad guy.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But this was one of the better episodes because I felt like the last few were kind of like getting a little stagnant. But
that's
this
why
one,
Kevin Feige fired those guys.
But that's why this episode was like, oh shit, I dug on this one.
Yeah. So basically, season 2 is supposed to be these guys doing season 2. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
swordsman, he's gonna team up with swords.
Right. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe Swordsman better not show up in that last. I better not see Daredevil, Punisher, and Swordsman. I better not see that shit.
And that's Disney, man.
It is Disney.
That would be totally Disney if they did.
Oh, shit. All right,
full costume and shit, broad daylight.
All right, keep moving to the next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, like I said, it's Comic Bullies. We're talking to comic books. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, you got more books than me. Let's go first. I don't know where you're gonna start, but we can start wherever you want to start.
Okay, I will do Absolute Batman.
Absolute Batman.
Yeah, hold on a second. Filibuster for a sec.
Okay.
Let me take care of something.
Okay, I got some. Another topic I was gonna talk about. Let's talk about Fortnite. You weird ass motherfuckers playing as Sabrina Carpenter. You pay for that shit and you playing there and you dancing and singing to her. Y'all are too out there for me. Y'all, I don't know what the hell y'all doing. Stop memeing that shit. Stop Twitch streaming that shit. It's weird. But let's talk about something. I finally realized who Sabrina Carpenter is. I didn't know who she was. I just know she's this big pop star. But here's the thing. She was on Girl Meets World on Disney Plus. It's a weird ass show, but I'm going to talk about it for a second. Because on that show, she had a assignment in class to talk about Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Return. And I guarantee you, Sabrina Carpenter breaks down the best breakdown of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Return I've ever heard. It's insane. It's crazy. I haven't heard any YouTubers break it down like that. Comic book creators talk about it like that. But she did it. So I'm just like, that's so anytime I see her, I think about Frank Miller. It's the weirdest shit. But yeah, Eli's still doing what can we else talk about? Absolute Batman.
All right, I'm back. Yeah. I had to take care of some daddy stuff. So
just be glad you didn't hear the conversation I just had. So yeah.
I said something about Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, or some shit. So,
no, okay, you completely heard that wrong, but okay.
That's all I heard. Sabrina something.
All right, let me see. Attacking a loyal viewer. No, Jake, no, not you, Jake. Please, not you.
What's going on?
No, that's just like somebody saying Hail Hydra in front of me. Okay. Daily player Sabrina Carpenter didn't have it. No, you are
Sabrina
not, Jake.
Carpenter?
You are not. I rebuke you, Jake. I rebuke you.
Who's that now? I
Okay,
don't even
that's
know
what
who
we're
that
gonna talk
is.
about. Okay, a pop star. That
A
okay.
pop
So you know,
star?
yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
Fortnite.
yeah.
You
See,
have,
I don't know. I'm too metal. You know me. I'm too metal for
I
that
know
shit.
you're too metal for this shit. So let me break this down for you, lads. Let me just recap this conversation. So on Fortnite, she's a playable skin now. This pop star.
Okay.
So you can shoot people with this blonde little tiny pop star. Or
Okay.
you can dance with her over something like that and sing her songs and shit like that, and that's it. And apparently Jake paid for her to play as her. So shout out to Jake.
All right. Well, good for you, Jake. At least
Yeah.
as long as he's having fun.
As long as you're having fun. This is I don't know. That is a lot to unpack, but I'm not gonna unpack that right now.
Whatever makes your cookie crumble.
Right. Anyway, ask me Batman. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I was going to review a comic. Okay, yes. Absolute Batman #7. This is the Absolute Universe. Darkseid has dark-sided this universe and created a new world where Bruce Wayne is broke. And kind of a new version of Batman.
But not broke like us. I mean, he's got a little more money. But.
Yeah, he works. He's he's got some, he and his friends are all like his villains, like the Crime Alley crew.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up running with Ozzy from the Penguin. He grew up, Nigma is his homie, Killer Croc.
Yeah.
They're all his homies. And this basically starts out, where his crew, they're all in Crime Alley and they're having like sort of like a memorial for one of their fallen friends. And it turns out it is Matches Malone. Now, in this universe, Matches Malone is an actual dude, like a guy that they all knew,
Mm-hmm.
not his alter ego, like one of Bruce Wayne's detective disguises. He's actual kid they used to run with, and I guess he was very fearless. He was always getting into some shit. He was always wilding out and, knucklehead, in trouble in some sort of way,
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, after the whole thing with Black Mask, the city, the new mayor has now turned Gotham into a police state. So we have that Dark Knight Returns version of Gotham, or Failsafe. Was it Failsafe? Or
yeah,
what was that?
Yeah.
Or what was that? Fear State.
Fear State. Or No Man's Land.
Or No Man's Land. Yes, it's
they
Gotham.
do this shit a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. Gotham is now a fascist state, police state, military police, drones, everything. Curfew, forced curfew, all that shit. And then there's an island, like a lab called JK Lab or something. No, Island M. I forget what it's called. Arc. No, the Arc or something. Arc M. It's a facility, like a science lab.
M. Oh,
Arc
okay.
M.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it's called. Yeah. And Bruce is trying to figure out what they're doing. So that whole memorial scene where they're talking about their dead friend Matches Malone, they're talking about that, and we don't know what happened to him, but Bruce knows what happened to him. So then, in good Scott Snyder writing fashion, we get the flashback. So yes, Bruce Wayne tried to infiltrate into Arc M, and he needed Matches Malone to get him a fake ID, a fake work ID, so he could pose as one of the construction workers.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he meets up with Matches Malone and he gives him the ID and he's like, "Hey man, there's some shit going down in that place. I don't know what they're doing, but there's some weird shit going on. I got some footage on my phone. I don't think I should have, but people are probably after me, so I took a big risk." And then all of a sudden his face like melts and he dies.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, "What the hell?" So Bruce goes in, he poses as a worker. He goes in, he's looking around the place, and then he ends up meeting Dr. Victor Freeze.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is the Absolute Universe's version of Mr. Freeze. And it turns out that this Mr. Freeze, his parents were scientists, and they were biologists, and they traveled the earth collecting samples and what have you. And they had this theory about glaciers that Antarctica and the North Pole and the glaciers, that there's probably bacteria buried in the glaciers, and they were trying to research that. At one point, when their son, when they were investigating these glaciers, their son got infected with this bacteria, this millions of year old bacteria that was frozen in the ice. Their son got infected with it, and they used ice and freezing to sort of therapy and cure him. And they did cure him. It's just there's a little bit of a side effect. He is now some sort of walking virus. And it turns out right at the end, it is revealed Bruce is in the laboratory, and Dr. Victor Freeze opens up this this sliding door display, and it's Victor Freeze and Nora frozen in these pods. And those are his parents, and the Dr. Freeze Bruce Wayne is talking to is Dr. Victor Freeze Jr.
Oh, okay.
And this is the son.
There. Okay.
This is the son who's been infected with that bacteria that was frozen in ice. And then the last panel shows this Victor Freeze sort of mutating into some weird body horror Cronenberg shit.
Wow.
And that's where it ends. And I'm like, okay, this was cool.
I know a lot of people have been talking about this book. I was like, where are they going with this? So that's the twist. Because I kept wondering, where's Noah? How they gonna work Noah in the story? Now you tell me this. Okay.
Yeah. And because we've been reading the absolute books. I think Wonder Woman's is my favorite. Superman's been cool. Batman's been cool. But this issue, whoa, this was dope. This version of Mr. Freeze is wicked and weird and kind of body horror shit, and it ties into this whole thing about the dire wolf about
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that back to the okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that when they did this, scientists are criticizing, doing this could bring back some sort of either bacteria or virus, or that these animals are not used to this ecosystem because they're an extinct animal.
They died off for a reason.
Yeah, that this could, or if they start to interbreed with other species, and there's interspecies, other species, and that could cause who knows what. So it's a horror movie waiting to happen.
just go ahead and make dinosaurs. We know you want to make dinosaurs already. Just do it.
Yes, please. Please, yes. Humans need to be knocked off the top of the food chain.
Right.
The world probably wouldn't be as fucked up if humans had to worry about getting eaten every day.
Right.
That would solve the world's problem.
It would solve everybody's problem.
Humans just need to get eaten, or live in the threat of being eaten.
Right. How about this? Just you like Jurassic Park, you got to pay to go there, so those dumbasses can get eaten. As long as you just stay out of Jurassic Park and don't go to the park and pay for the park, you're fine.
Yeah, there would be no Real Housewives if there was dinosaurs alive.
Right. Until they break loose and get free and then roam the earth. So yeah, then we're fucked after that. So
yeah. But this was cool. I give it a 4 out of 5. This has probably been my favorite Absolute Batman issue so far. Like I said, I'm cool. It's cool. It's another version of Batman. It's another version of Gotham, which we've seen before. And it's been cool. It's been fine. But this one was really cool. I really dug it. And we still haven't seen the Joker.
Other than that one time, but other than that,
we know he's rich and he's really smart.
Right. And he doesn't smile. But
he doesn't smile.
It's a joke to call him the Joker, but yeah.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, there's cool things to like. I like that all his villains are his old homies, his old crew, and that he learned something.
He'll hit him up for information. You're like, well,
yeah,
like he learned this,
Yeah, he learned detective stuff from Edward Nygma. He learned, crime and about gangs from the Penguin. He learned how to fight from Killer Croc, and and Two-Face. He learned about law from Two-Face from Harvey. So it's cool. He's learning his skills. He didn't travel the world like regular Bruce Wayne did and learned all his ninja skills and shit. No, he had to make do because he wasn't rich. You know,
Now
so
we're just
he's
waiting to see what he learned from Catwoman.
he's more streetwise in this one. Yeah, and Catwoman.
I'm sure he learned a thing or two. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, this has been my favorite issue of Absolute Batman though so far. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Nice. Okay, first book I'm going to do is Ultimates number 11. I think we're on right now. Like I said, you did an absolute book. I'm gonna do an ultimate book. They're basically the same thing. Just DC does one thing, Marvel does one thing. Darkseid fucked up that universe. Maker fucked up this universe. So yeah. So we're gonna go to it. Oh, this panel. I mean, this page. Let me just throw this up here. Why am I talking? Throw it up there. Okay. Loki. So this book is it's Loki. It's basically a Thor and Sif book. That basically is all splash pages. So that's when I talk about this book. So splash page is about Thor because basically the Maker made a deal with Loki where he took over Asgard. So yeah, so Thor and Sif are planning an assault on Asgard right now. So boom, let's get into it. Let's see what we got. All right, so book starts off with, of course, you got this cool ass panel of Thor and Lady Sif, with Loki. But yeah, so there. All right, so they, teleported or what you call it, Rainbow Bridge to Nidavellir, and so Loki has turned all the dwarves, because the dwarves they're like craftsmen and they make everything and stuff like that. So they turned it from craftsmen to factory workers. So now they just crank out shit all day. So that's what they do. And now you see Eitri and Brocky. Now one of these guys, what's the guy's name? What's the guy? The dude from Game of Thrones.
I don't know. Jon Snow?
No, the short guy. I can't remember his name.
Tyrion?
Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage played one of these guys. Okay. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, I couldn't get it out. But anyway, but these are the guys that made Mjolnir. So okay. Yeah. All right. So basically they need to make a thing for him, and they're gonna make 2 cloaks that make them invisible, so they can kind of like go throughout the 9 realms and spy on Loki and see what the hell's going on. But they made a promise that you're going to kill Loki, and they got to do this other thing also for him. So they're going to do that. So they are like standing right next to Loki, but Loki can't see them because he got a thing from Eitri. Also, you can see Odin's severed head on top of a spear with his ravens on top of his throne. So
damn,
yeah, it's right there. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Oh, and also, is for a lot of people that don't know this about Norse mythology, the Norse gods are not immortal. Not even in Marvel, not in Norse mythology, none of that stuff. They're not immortal. They actually eat apples to keep them young. And this chick right here named Idun, I think her name is, she's like the god of fruit, or you turn whatever like that. Anyway, the point is Loki has banned every Asgardian from eating these fruits. He's the only one to eat these apples, and he's burping on them so much because he's eating so many apples. Like he's fat right now because he ate so many of them. Meanwhile, you see the other Asgardians starving, so like that. They want apples. He won't give it to them. So meanwhile, his daughter, Hela, yes, Hela is his daughter. She brought her army down there, her army of zombies that came down. And she also brought Valhalla down here. And basically they're Loki's army. So yeah. And now we go to Anaheim. I think that's what it is. Anaheim, the realm of stories. But they no longer crank out stories. They crank out content. So AIM, like the makers, minions, and confederates like that are standing over them, and anything they make, they have to censor and approve and make sure it's available for consumption for mass production. So yeah, that's what they do on that realm. And then they go to Vanaheim, and they're just like tired and shit like that. But they're just like that. But the point is, Thor and Sif decided to take a break in Vanaheim because it's like, even though it's kind of fucked up, it is still pretty right here. So according to the writer Dennis Camp, he says that they take time to worship each other. Okay. And then their bodies entwine like serpents. So, I forgot to tell you, like the whole panel is prose. They're all rhyming, but I'm not going to get into stuff like that. So the point is,
oh man, you don't want me to beatbox?
No, we're not beatboxing. We're not doing that Mouse Rabbit's bullshit. No, but he's doing that thing, but we're not going to do that thing. So yeah. So the next panel. So apparently Thor like fucked Sif's brains out, where she was asleep for weeks, days, decades. We don't know how long she was asleep. So yeah, well, he went out to go do some other shit, and he came back, and his arm is burnt, and she can smell. It smells like Surtur, and she's like, "Wait a minute, what did you do?" He's like, "Don't worry about what I did. I did what I had to be done. Let's go." So they go and do their thing, and he goes to Jotunheim and kills everybody in Jotunheim. Kills all the frost giants, dead, which is basically Loki's people. So Loki goes to Jotunheim to see what the hell's going on, and when Loki is gone, Sif sneaks in there and takes that girl Idun that had all the apples and takes all the apples from also. So yeah, and she takes the apples to the underground cave, and she finds 3 warriors to get the apples too, also known as the Warriors 3. They play it all up and stuff like that. So they give them apples, they find more scraps, give them apples, also like that. So basically, he gives all the warriors that he can use to fight in the war apples to restore their youth and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Loki's pissed off. He gets all the hella zombies. He's like, we're gonna find out what the hell's going on. We're gonna go to Jotunheim and we're gonna kill everybody down there. And when you get down there, they get there, and then you see Thor with all his people, stuff like that. And he's like, it's time for war. So now you got this war versus Thor and his people versus Loki and his people. But before we do that, we're gonna go back to Muspelheim, where Surtur lives. So after Thor fucks Sif's brains out and she sleeps, he decides to sneak off and go to Muspelheim to talk to Surtur. And he decides to shake Surtur's hand. He basically tells him, burn everything. Now, for those that knows about Norse mythology, Surtur is the one that caused Ragnarok. So basically, Thor wants to cause Ragnarok to get rid of Asgard. He like, fuck all of it. Get rid of all of it. So yeah. So now we're going to Midgard, where we talk to Tony, and we see Tony still rebuilding stuff like that. And he wants to talk to Doom, who is Reed Richards' universe. He wants to talk to Doom. Doom, explain this shit. And you see Hulk killed everybody. She-Hulk severed head. Captain America's body been chopped in half with his shield. Hawkeye's sword been ran through the top of his head. Everybody's dead.
Okay.
So, so we're like, how the fuck did this happen? Now, of course, they go to be continued.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I have a theory, which I've already thought what I thought was going to happen anyway. So here's my theory. Hulk killed them. Everybody. Doom saw Hulk kill them. But remember, they had that time machine, that Immortus engine. It was kind of wonky and it timely winding. It don't really work like that. But I think Doom was able to get it working just enough to rewind time to bring them back. I think that's what happened. And for all Hulk knows, Hulk probably think he killed them. Like they might be dead. So, well, no. So there's a thing, but I'm pretty sure they'll explain all that in the next episodes like that. So yeah. Oh, let's see what we got.
Spicy tobacco or Tabasco.
Oh, spicy Tabasco. What's going on? Just say hey, haven't been a while. Yeah, we appreciate spicy Tabasco. Like I said, as long as you listen to 30 seconds, you helped us out in the algorithm. So, Eli, I've noticed something.
Yeah.
The further we get it, even though we don't get as many comics in the comic section as we do like in the other section, they are a lot more calmer and tamer and chill than the other bullshit we get at the beginning of the episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. That's all I got. Oh, I'm gonna get this book 4.5 out of 5. Awesome splash panels. Dennis Camp rhyming was pretty cool, but I'm not gonna do all that. So yeah. But some of that shit was clever. So yeah. All right. So what you got?
I will do Transformers number 19.
More than meets the eyes. Transformers.
So yeah, this is Transformers.
Those things, the junk bots. What are we called?
The Sharkticons.
Sharkticons. That's what they call. Yeah.
Yup. Yeah, the Sharkticons are here. Yeah, and Megatron.
And
Megatron is back. He's been missing for the past 2 years. We've had glimpse of him. Mm-hmm. We haven't known where he is. Well, we find out where he's been in this issue. This is a whole flashback issue. So yeah, this is the Transformers, the new rebooted Transformers Energon universe that has been relaunched by Image Comics, and it's crossing over with G.I. Joe. And this has been some of my favorite shit, if not my favorite book right now, the Transformers book. Daniel Warren Johnson.
Like who was the guy that asked who we like better, Marvel or DC? Image.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, right now, as of right now, yeah. Transformers is like my favorite book right now that I've been reading. I'm a huge Daniel Warren Johnson fan. He's no longer drawing the book, but he's still writing the book. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and we have, so far Megatron has been missing. We don't know where he is. We've seen like glimpses of his wrecked body. parts of him. We've seen parts of his body. You know, Optimus Prime has his arm. Like, you know, but we finally get a glimpse of where he's been. So Megatron has been on the quintet, the quint, what's it called? What are they called again?
Where's AKA Dave when you need them?
We need Gomer. Gomer and
Right.
AKA.
They know this shit. They like walking encyclopedias with this shit. So
Yeah, the he's the quintessence. What they were those weird AI bots.
those five-headed things that were
that were in the movie and shit. You know,
like no matter what they said, you getting fucked up innocent, and then they drop your ass in there.
Yeah, and that's basically he's been on trial for like the last thousands of years, how many years? Yeah. And his trial is he has to fight a horde of Sharkticons. You know, and Megatron just defeats him. Every horde, Megatron defeats him. But this happens thousands and thousands of times. You know, he just like, and here's the next trial, and the next trial, and now here's the 5,000
be eaten by them pretty quickly. That's why they weren't expecting that.
So, you know, and basically he's like, okay, you're not, you must keep doing your trial until you learn your lesson. And like, what's the lesson? Well, the lesson is you think of yourself as you're very arrogant, and you need to know that you're very small compared to the rest of the universe. Blah 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 blah. But he continues to just take on these horde after horde of Sharkticons, continues to fuck them up, continues to be victorious until finally this big giant, what the hell? The mecha something, big giant robot comes out and basically, okay, you must stop this. He has proven himself, and I'm going to give him the matrix of leadership, that thing that the primes get, you know?
Right.
And he grants Megatron's like, this guy suffered. He's been, you know, he's tried to lead his people during the Cybertron war, and now you've been fucking with them for the past how many years doing this bullshit. Meanwhile, there's another war going on, and stop this shit, and I will give him the matrix of leadership, you know. And then he's returned to Cybertron, and that's kind of like where it ends. So it's just like I said, it's this flashback episode of
so Megatron becomes a prime.
No, he just goes back to lead his people, but he's like, you will. Can you go back and? He's not a prime though. He just has the, the legend. What's it called? Oh yeah. Oh, he gives them a force to take on the prime.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So yeah. Again, you gotta Gomer. They're a huge Transformers fan. This goes deep. This is getting deep into Transformers lore. But like
Actually,
I said,
we have no idea what they think about this book.
I know Gomer was stoked, but ever since, you know, This Geek in Comics have not been a thing, like their podcast haven't been going. They haven't. We don't know what they think.
We don't know. I mean, they've been talking about this, but we wouldn't know what they're talking about.
We should have them on one time, or one of them. I know, AKA David's been on here. You know, last year. I haven't
seen him on the internet or all. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah,
just fell off the face of the earth. If you listen to David, shout out to AKA David. But
yeah, and Gomer and the guys from This Geek in Comics. Have him on one. Like for the next issue or something? Maybe we can plan it. Like, have him come on and let's see what he thinks about all this.
I mean, or something,
because he probably knows this more. I just know the quintessa.
We don't even know the quintessence.
I just know him from the movie.
Filthy casuals. That's all we know.
Yeah, I know him from the movie in '86. That's about it. You know, but these guys, these guys are deep into the lore, the mythology. Right. You know, probably know who he's married to. The Quintessa's wife.
Quintessence one is right. Yeah. What the kids are, Quintessa Junior. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, this was again another cool image or a cool issue from Transformers. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Megatron is back. Megatron has returned. Finally get to see him pop up in the flesh and doing some shit and just kicking ass, just whipping ass. All these Sharkticon hordes. So just even the Sharkticons, like, oh shit, Sharkticons, like Megatron, Sharkticons. Quintessa. Like deep, they're going deep. So yeah, this is dope. 4 out of 5.
Okay. All right. So next book I'm going to do last book I'm going to do is, I don't think I have the thing for it, but that's okay. We're gonna do what we do. That's what we're gonna do is Storm number 7. Okay.
Okay.
Eli, this book is getting weirder and weirder the more I go along. You think you know what a Storm book would be. This ain't that. They doing some shit in this book. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get to it. Let's see. So, like I said, this is Storm. She has been possessed by eternity, so now she is eternal goddess now. She got all kind of cosmic powers and shit like that. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And we're gonna get to it. Just jump into it, see what we got. All right. So, book starts off with Silver Surfer. Right. That's what I'm saying how weird this book is getting. So, apparently, these two dudes were fighting and they killed each other, but we don't see who it was. Now, Eli, I want to say, I think they gave enough context clues. I think one of these guys is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Like,
okay.
You can just see that. Now, the other guy, I don't know who the other guy is. I want to say maybe Surtur, maybe like that. But anyway, they're dead and they have the Twilight Sword in front of them, and Silver Surfer just picks it up and absorbs it and becomes the Silver Surfer Velvet, or I don't know what the fuck. Stupid, uber powerful. That's all I know. So yeah, and so he flies off, and then he's like, Galactus to me, Mega. So Galactus is alive again, I guess. I don't know, or whatever.
Okay,
or maybe he's still dead. I don't know, because that thing that possessed Galactus is still possessing Galactus, even though Thor killed both of them. Nothing back. So whatever. Okay, cosmic shit. Point is, back on Earth in the Amazon rainforest, Storm is fighting a giant anaconda with the super soldier serum coursing through the veins. So yeah, basically Tuesday. Maggot is also popping up. Also, Maggot is trying to fight. Maggot ain't doing shit. Storm is like, chill out. You still recovering from Juggernaut beating your ass. So let me take this thing out by myself. So she's chasing after the anaconda, and she's trying to freeze the water, slow it down, but it ain't slowing down. It's still going. And while she's doing that, she gets captured by the anaconda and swallowed up. And we've seen the anaconda movie, so we know where it's about to go. So yeah. Meanwhile, I guess a week earlier than that, Iron Man is inside the Storm Sanctuary chilling, and Storm is just like, Tony, what I see about bringing your women into my house? Like, I know you're trying to impress them and shit like that, but don't do that. She's like, oh, now you can keep secrets, Storm. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, because normally when I tell you a secret, you just tell everybody. You just go do something about it. She was like, Tony, what are you babbling about? Get the hell out of my house. I'm about to go to bed. And matter of fact, yes, I do have a bed. I don't float on a mattress. I don't float in the air. And he was like, well, that's not what T'Challa told me. And she was like, okay, look, Tony, I know what you're doing. I know you're playing these mind games. I know you're still pissed about me because in the first issue that I told the people that mutant killed that town, and now you're pissed off at me because we were going to keep it a secret and blame it on the aliens or whatever like that. But now mutants are in trouble again because I wanted to be truthful. She was like, I get that, but I'm going to make you a chance to redeem yourself because I'm recruiting you for a mission. I need you to go to the Amazon rainforest, and this is not a Avengers mission. I can't tell you who the Avengers is, but you need to go down there because there's some weird shit going on. And she's like, okay. So she goes there to see, because there's like this weird electric storm. There's this storm that keeps going off down in the rainforest, and it feels like that it's manipulating them because whatever it's doing, it's attacking certain people. So there's like obviously something going on there, and we can't find Thor, so you're like the second best option. So yeah, because Thor is doing that immortal Thor bullshit, whatever. I don't know. So yeah. But anyway, they were making super soldier serum, and basically the super soldier serum dropped in the Amazon rainforest. Amazon got it, so that's how this anaconda is now a super soldier. So yeah, so she's supposed to go down there and find that guy that he swallowed up and bring him back to the States. So yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. So they sent the Avengers down there, but they kept getting hit with electric storms, so they couldn't do shit. So yeah. So what happens now? That snake gets hit with electric blast that blasts it to ashes immediately. And Maggie's just like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? We're supposed to rescue that guy. Like, first off, I'm not the one that did that. Somebody else or something else is out here throwing lightning and stuff like that, and it's not me doing it. I'm not the one doing that. So, and then you see this being out there just waiting for him and shit like that, just like, I see you, so like that. And meanwhile, that's when Storm is chilling, and all of a sudden they get attacked and then Storm knows somebody's attacked us, so she's like breathes cold air, like that Superman shit, and boom, she fights Shango, the African thunder god. Okay, now Eli, let's talk about this for a second. I'm talking about Shango for a second. They say Sango, but I'm gonna say Shango. Remember how we always talked about how there's way too many black superheroes with electricity powers?
Yeah.
I blame him.
Okay.
No, let me explain. Because Shango is the original lightning, storm, thunder god from African, the Orisha, where Greek mythology borrowed heavily from. Where Africans have Shango, Greeks have Zeus. So I'm saying it's all tied together. And I'm thinking they all relating that. So he was like the head god back then. They relate to all black superheroes, like, because it's just American mythology. That's why they give them all electric powers. I think I may be reaching, but that's what I'm going with. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So anyway, so they're fighting each other, and Storm is actually holding off an African god one by one. Meanwhile, she also get attacked by Sasuno. Now, only reason I know this guy because he was like in Naruto or some shit. So yeah. So all these basically these are like a bunch of thunder gods popping up from different pantheons, showing up and shit like that and kicking the shit out of everybody. And this guy, I don't know, I think his name is Chaz or some shit. I don't know, like whatever like that. So yeah. So and then she tries to get out of there. She's like, "Oh, take too many thunder gods. I'm just kind of pretending to be a thunder god. These are real thunder gods." She try to get out of there, and they grab her ass and slam her down to the ground. So shit like that. So she like, shit, okay. And then she like, so basically she's got like the blood, like she's related to Akamoto or some shit, I guess. I don't know, whatever like that. And sometimes she summons an octopus, electric octopus. Why? I don't know. But like that. But anyway, it pins down all the thunder gods. But even though when thunder god still has her hair down while that thunder god that was in the background is charging in her shit like that. So she grabs the sword, I think, of Sasuno and chops off her hair and just get the fuck out of there. Just teleports and lightning bolts back in the Storm Sanctuary. And shit like that. So it's above Jesus. No, Jesus is not a thunder god, but I'm just saying Jesus is there. But yeah. So yeah, so she's just like, okay, I'm pissed now. Tell Tony I found out where that guy is, and don't worry. And I found out what happened to those thunderstorms. And those thunderstorms will be done by the end of the day. I guarantee you. And she's like, Maggot, fetch you my armor and fetch me my blade, because I'm going god hunting. And like, oh, you're going god hunting, Storm. And then the next panel is Thor saying, I say thee nay, because there was one thunder god missing. To be continued. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Storm is fighting gods now. Like multiple gods. So, yeah. But it's one guy that hadn't showed up yet. What the hell is Zeus?
Who called her a goddess recently?
Oh, I think she called it that. I think she just says that.
What was that? I could have sworn I read that.
Well, I mean, but the thing is like certain areas where, like, I think the Wakandas, I think the
Wakandas, yeah, that was not Days of Future Past, Giant Size X-Men.
Giant Size X-Men. I would say I was going to go a little bit deeper than that, Eli, because that's the whole thing I was saying, because she thought she was God the whole time, and basically, like, it almost feel like Professor X is diminishing her. Like, you're no God, you're a mutant, But now we're building it back up to like, no, she was a goddess the whole time. You were trying to diminish her. So yeah, that's my whole thing. But at the same time, she's a god until she run up against real gods. So I think they're trying to humble her right now. So that's what's going on right now. But I think it's a cool story going on with it. I don't know what the fuck Silver Surfer got to do with this, but I guess we'll find out. I don't know.
The cosmic shit.
Cosmic shit. Like, you wouldn't expect cosmic shit with Storm, but it kind of makes sense. So,
well, she was on Mars for a while.
Yeah, she ruled Mars.
Yeah, leading Mars and shit.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's Stacy. Right. That's cosmic,
and honestly,
right?
the way Al Ewing was writing her, she was becoming so OP. She couldn't even be an X-Man no more. Like, you got to take her off the team because she's too OP. She just solved everything. She did solve everything. That whole Fall of X shit, she solved that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I read some of that.
Like, she was flying through space.
I didn't mean to, but
atmosphere around herself. Like, what the fuck is going on with this shit?
Did she go to hell and resurrect Magneto?
Yes, that's why she wasn't there, because she was in hell. Like, let me go to hell real quick, bring me Magneto, and then I'll solve your problem. So yeah, okay, you're a little bit too OP, man. She made a black hole.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What the fuck, man? Let's see what we got. Oh. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, it's so late, I almost might answer, but I don't really know the answer to that. So yeah, Eli might know the answer to that, but yeah. Yeah. So,
yeah, I guess my next book will be the G.I. Joe Silent Missions.
Silent Mission.
Oh,
Okay.
the Jinx.
Why does this cover look so Frank Millerish?
I don't know. Does it?
Okay, but you saw it too.
I've seen a bunch of them. Which one is it here?
I mean, the one we're talking about. Let me see. I'm gonna throw it up in a second, but give me just a second. I'm gonna see if I can throw it up there. Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, "Did Frank Miller draw this?" But I'm like, "No, because it's not 1982." So, but this one.
Oh yeah, it does look like Daredevil. Like she does look Electra-ish.
Yeah, Electra-ish, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is another. They've been doing the silent missions. Last week was Beachhead, and this week we have Jinx, the ninja who trained with Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes from the Arashikage clan. So these are all silent issues. No words. There's no text, no thought bubbles, no dialogue. It's just all visuals. And it's a shout back, or it's a tribute to G.I. Joe 21, the silent issue with Snake Eyes. First appearance of Storm Shadow, where they were behind schedule. You know, Larry Hama, the writer of G.I. Joe, they were behind schedule. They decided, you know what? Let's just put this issue out with no words, and it will save us the whole lettering process, and we'll get back on schedule next month. So that's kind of what they did, and it turned out to be this big, huge hit, and they all loved it, and it was the first appearance of Storm Shadow. So these silent mission books are sort of a throwback to that. And last week we had Beachhead. This week we have Jinx, and this is just a simple story where she has infiltrated a Cobra base. She set off a bomb to explode, and she has 20 seconds to get out. And the whole book is just what happens in that 20 seconds. Every page is basically 1 second where she's escaping. She's killing Crimson Guards along the way, the night trackers or whatever, the old other Cobra enemies. Just her killing enemies. Every page is her cutting her way out of the Cobra headquarters. Each page indicating 1 second, and then finally, she gets out of the, she escapes in the explosion behind her as she leaps from the roof and escapes just in time. There's a funny scene where some of the Crimson Guards walk in and see the bomb that she has has set off, and they're trying to disarm it. They're trying to cut the wires, and they do cut the wire. And then the last page 20, it shows, the big cool splash page of Jinx jumping in the air and a big explosion behind her. So those Crimson Guards didn't make it. So yeah, but this was a lot of fun. The Beachhead issue was a lot of fun. Same thing, no words, just all visuals of him whipping ass. And this one was cool too. Jinx whipping ass, no words, 20 seconds of death of her escaping the headquarters in 20 seconds and killing all these, dropping many suckers along the way,
nice.
In 20 seconds. So yeah, it was just cool. It was just really cool fun. And next week is Spirit, the Spirit book.
The book you've been waiting on.
Oh yeah, let's see how that goes.
Wait till November.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, ain't that? You know what? Thank you, Image.
Right. See, this is why Image is our favorite. So
yeah, thank you for putting out a comic book with an indigenous character and not wait until November. Good for you. So yeah, this was fun. I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna screenshot this. But yeah, see what everybody thinks.
Coke or Molly?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And Pierre for PM. Oh, okay.
Optimus Taco Truck.
Right.
Optimistic. I'm reading too many Transformers.
Oh, see, now it's getting to you. Okay.
Optimus Taco Truck. I was like, that sounds awesome. A taco truck that turns into a robot? That sounds.
Get on that, Hasbro.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me throw it through one more time. Damn it. I got too much stuff going on. Here we go. There we go. That's when I'm a screenshot. All right. So anything else you got to talk about? Or
No, I'm pretty much booked out. I do have an honorable mention, The Incredible Hulk, which has been it does just enough to keep me interested. The Philip Kennedy Johnson book, where it's like the monster of the week, and what's her name? Alex, the girl he's running around with is a skinwalker. It's getting really campy and monstery. But in this book, Thor shows up at the end. So
Why the fuck? Why is Thor in every book? At the end?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna fight everybody. Okay.
This also ties into the whole Doom Nation, where
Okay.
Doctor Strange is doing some shit in Asgard or something, because they go. So in this new issue of the Incredible Hulk, Banner and what's her name? I think it's Alex. I can't remember her name. The girl, she's infected with this skinwalker demon, and they go to New York to visit Doctor Strange, the Sanctum, to like do some magic to, cure her through magic. But when they get there, they get set up by demons, demon fight, blah, 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 blah. Then at the end, Thor shows up and says, hey, you have the demon in you and blah, 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 blah. And you must, surrender or you will face the wrath of Thor and whatever. And that's it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thor's going to be here. I guess I'll have to read the next issue. And that's what this book does. It's just kind of okay. Like it's kind of like lost its momentum, I feel. Like I really loved like the first, couple arcs of this book. It was kind of a creepy, campy sort of vault of horror sort of, style of monsters with the Hulk. And I thought that was cool. But now that's sort of worn off on me, But every issue does something like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. I guess I'll read the next issue. So it's doing just enough to keep me interested. And I felt that with this issue, I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's all right, whatever, And then, oh shit, Thor's here. Okay, I guess I gotta read next month. So yeah. I just wanted to mention.
Yeah.
That.
Plus, I'm going to have a relationship. You remember last time Thor thought he killed Hulk? That's the last time they remember we reviewed
the big
book.
With the Donny Cates book.
Yeah. He thought he killed Hulk.
We'll kill that version. He just goes back to the Green Door now. You can't kill.
But Thor don't know about the Green Door. But whatever.
Yeah, he did set the record straight that Thor can kill or can defeat the Hulk.
Yeah, like Donny Cates, settled that before, whatever happened.
Yeah, that there is no limit to Thor's anger and rage. So
right,
he was always holding back in all those fights, and then he decided not to, and it turns out.
Right. I mean, Thor like killed Galactus and the Black Widow. I mean, the Hulk never did no shit like that. So to answer that question, but
that's about it. I'm pretty much booked out.
Okay, like I said, I'm pretty sure we got everything we got. Hold on, Eli, filibuster. I'm about to do something.
Okay. Okay. Well, I also read that new Spider-Man book, this new Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man #1. I thought it was okay. It's they're revamping Spider-Man again. It was okay. I'm reading the Ultimate Spider-Man book written by Jonathan Hickman, which I'm really into. So I don't think I'm going to continue this book just because I'm really into the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh,
so,
I thought. So you talking about you read Ultimate Spider-Man or that new Spider-Man?
I read the new Spider-Man, and it was just okay, And I'm like, I'm already reading a Spider-Man book that I'm really into.
Yeah, it didn't grab me. I was like, it's cool, like for a back issue type thing, but
they're revamping Spider-Man again.
What was Aunt May trying to hook him up with, like one of her friends or some shit?
I don't know. He's applying for a new job at a new corporation, doing some new science shit, and I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't care. It was like I don't like I've seen this shit before. Whatever.
It's Peter Parker. Yes, we've seen it before.
They're just trying to reset the thing because of what happened with that last run with MJ getting a back blown out by some dude, and whatever the fuck. So,
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this is what I was doing. I'm back now. Okay, Eli. They're doing a video game section because I bought a game for $7.
Okay.
The game I bought is, I don't know if you can see it.
What does that say? College football? Oh, you were talking about that, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I have
Somebody
no
was talking about that.
It was not me. But for $7, I was just like, why not? So this has been one of the best selling games of all year. That's all anybody's ever playing. I know people make fun of me because I don't play college football. What do you have an Xbox for if you don't
I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
You were talking about how everyone's playing that game but you.
Right. They were like, you're fucking useless if you don't play this. So now I have it. I may play it. You may see me stream it. I'll see where to go. We'll see where we go. I don't know. Whatever.
Is it like Madden or Blitz?
Like Madden. It's like Madden. It's like realistic. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny thing is, the old college football games didn't have the players on there, but the players are on there now because of NIL deals. They get paid now. So
okay, good for them.
Good for them. So yeah. That's all I got. I'm done. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If you listen this long, if you like, share, subscribe. All we need is 30 seconds of your time to listen, and you boost up in the algorithm. So that's all we need. We'll finish up with other shit. I'm almost done with. I'm gonna do the giant size X-Men review. I'm sitting there separately. I'll probably get that done by the end of the week. And when that's done, I'm going to another one. Eli, we're gonna do a retro book that I think you might like. Like when I announce it to you, you could be like, "Oh hell yeah, let's do that."
Okay.
But we're gonna wait. I'm trying to make sure we don't get too much on our plate at one time. So yeah. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths.